The Squier Classic Vibe Telecaster looks nice, feels nice, it's fairly affordable. This could be a really good guitar. This particular one has a couple of glaring issues, but that's after this intro. Hello and welcome to another video with me, Elmo J. Karjalainen, and it's good to have you along. Today we're taking a look at the Squier Classic Vibe 50s Telecaster. This thing costs 398 euros here in Europe. I don't know what it goes for in the States, you can let me know in the comments, but that would be roughly $460-ish, I think, according to current currency rates. This thing looks the business. It feels quite nice. Let's run through the specs, then we'll check out looks, and then we'll play a bit and discuss certain issues. So this is the Fender Squier Classic Vibe 50s Tele MNBB. Okay, so it has a pine body, bolt-on maple neck, fretboard is maple, neck profile is C. It has 21 narrow tall frets. It has a bone nut, 2 Fender designed Alnico single coil pickups, your regular Tele style things with 1 volume, 1 tone, 3-way toggle switch, and it also has vintage style machine heads. So, and this is the butterscotch blonde version, so that's what BB stands for. Now, before I discuss some of the issues with this guitar, it does look very nice. The pine body looks like it's made out of fine 5 pieces glued together. The parts look okay. The neck looks quite nice. The neck joint looks quite nice as well. And yeah, nothing to complain about in terms of looks as far as I can tell. Let's play a bit and I'll discuss some of the issues when I get playing. Okay, so I'm using the Marshall Plexi head, which isn't entirely clean, so you won't get entirely clean tones, but let's see that everything works. So bridge pickup, middle position, neck position, works, volume works, and tone. So you can do that whole Danny Gatson tone knob wah thing. Okay, let's try a few sounds, and first let's clean up the sound a bit on the neck pickup. So this is volume all the way up. Okay, so let's get to the issues. Because this thing, it feels very nice and it sounds very nice. But when I got it out of the box, there were some really big issues. First of all, the E string. That one. It sounded like a sitar. It was really weird. So, that was one issue. The second issue was that you had kind of dead notes over here. Not quite as dead as my playing, but still there were some dead notes. And turns out the neck was all crooked, but that was easy enough to fix. But the problem was that the nut slot for the E string was too wide. So the E string, when vibrating, it managed to vibrate in the nut slot, or the string slot, whatever it's called. And that made a kind of sitar-like thing, so it was totally unplayable. Good thing is that I have a luthier friend right next door, so he had a look at it and he just filed down the slot a bit because there was enough room to file. And that took care of that problem. Problem is that these two problems had been so kind of prevalent that I hadn't noticed that you got this. So you get a buzz when playing the low E string. Now that was again down to the nut not being properly filed. So it's filed kind of, it's supposed to be filed a bit on a slope that way, but it was filed fairly even. My luthier friend tried to file it down at the angle, but there was not enough room to file more. And the problem is also that it's too low, so it buzzes against the first fret here. If you play anything kind of, if you play a bit loud, you hit certain angles, it starts buzzing. That thing. Another issue, this is piling up, is the A string. When you fret on the second, if it's, let's say you play an E chord, the guitar is in tune. I tuned it just a second ago, but you get this. So it's automatically out of tune because the nut is rubbish. Now I might have some sympathy if this was a $100 guitar, but it's not. It's 4 times that price. Sorry, 100 euro. And for 400 euros, I'm expecting a bit better. But it's not all doom and gloom. There's no fret sprouts, although the fret ends aren't entirely kind of smooth and nice, but there's no real fret sprouts, so that there's not that issue. And it feels and plays nicely apart from the issues over here. Now, let's get back to a few more sounds and I'll say why that's not necessarily a problem. Let's add a bit of overdrive. Backstreet's back, all right. Of course, you can do even more overdrive. Okay, so it's no longer in tune. The pickups are decent, they're fine. I would probably, if I were to keep this, I would swap out the pickups to Joe Barden's or something like that. The ones that Danny Gatson used. I'm a big Danny Gatson fan. Not that I know how to play like him, but then again, who does? A Tele is often associated with country, so you can do that kind of stuff. Not that I really can. My one banjo roll lick that I know. You can do that funky stuff. Or so it sounds very nice, but why are these issues, which are really problematic for this particular guitar, why are they not necessarily a problem? Well, because every guitar that you buy will be an individual. That's regardless of price range. So if you buy one of these, chances are that it will be quite good and the nut will be better made than on this one. This one has just somehow passed quality control, and yes, quality control is to blame here, but still, I think you can buy this guitar, at least provided that you can return it if you're not happy, and feel fairly confident that you'll get a fairly good guitar. As far as this guitar goes, definitely not. The issues that this guitar had were such that most of us won't be able to fix these issues, and then you have to take the guitar to a luthier, and that could be a problem because that will bring up the price quite a bit. So if you are planning on buying one of these or looking at one of these, try it out before you buy it, or if you buy it online, make sure that you can send it back. If you're buying second hand, try it before you buy it. I sometimes talk about guitars having infancy issues. That's where the neck bends kind of when it's new. The wood dries out, so you get fret sprouts, those types of things. But the nut issue here, that's not one of those, that's just an issue. So you'd actually have to replace the nut entirely, or which is probably even worse, actually fill in the string slots and file them down properly. The easier one would be just to replace the nut. And if you don't know how to do that, you need to take it to a luthier, and that will bring up the cost. The nut itself won't cost a lot if you buy it online. So all in all, oh yeah, and I forgot to say, it's fairly heavy. It's not like the Harley Benton Telecaster I reviewed earlier, which was insanely heavy, but still it's fairly heavy. I don't really know why, but it is. From what I've understood, pine shouldn't be all that heavy, but yeah, this is. So all in all, it's a bit of a mixed bag, because potentially this could be a really good guitar. And I really liked the Classic Vibe Strat that I reviewed on the channel, which had its issues as well, but still, it was a very good guitar. And this would be a good guitar apart from the nuts. So, yeah, like I said, try before you buy, or make sure you can send it back. So, if you want to watch more of my guitar reviews, there's a playlist here, and there's also a playlist with my music if you want to check that out. Click like if you liked the video, comment, let me know if you've had any issues with these, or if you have any other experiences with these. Subscribe if you haven't already, hit that bell notification, and join me on Patreon, because you get all of my music and access to my guitar course. You can take that stuff for free if you want to, and it also helps support this channel, because I buy the gear that I review, so you get an honest review. I hope you liked this video. I hope to see you in another one. Take care. Goodbye.